Dear parishioners, and parents and people of goodwill, we hear now the Gospel of the 19th Sunday, Year A. Then Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and preceded him to the other side while he dismissed the crowds. After doing this, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When it was evening, he was there alone. Meanwhile, the boat, already a few miles offshore, was being tossed about by the waves, for the wind was against it. During the fourth watch of the night, he came towards them, walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified. "It is a ghost," they said, and they cried out in fear. Once Jesus spoke to them, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." Peter said to him in reply, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." Peter got out of the boat and began to walk on the water towards Jesus. But when he saw how strong the wind was, he became frightened. Beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately, Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" After that, they got into the boat, the wind died down. Those who were in the boat did him homage, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." With that in mind, there are two things that people have not been able to achieve over the centuries. One is to rise from the dead like Jesus, and the other is to walk on water like Jesus. Although, cheekily, I could say I've got proof of my own walking on the water some years back. I remember at the end of 1974, when I just finished my fourth year of studies, 9 of our seminarians went up to Burleigh Heads, this time to lower southern Queensland for that annual holidays. And I don't know who organised it, but we ended up not on a ski, but on a type of toboggan, a flat board, something like that, tobogganing behind a boat, just off Stradbroke Island. I took to this like a duck to water, and as the boat came near the shore, someone took a photo, just as I let go of the ski rope and had my hands up in the air for the photo. Well, because I'd sunk into the water only a centimetre or so, and because the waves were still kicking out up from the surf boat, it looks very much like I'm walking on water, as the toboggan couldn't be seen. I have the photo up on my wall in my presbytery prayer room, among many other photos that I've liked over the years and valued. It looks like the real thing. But as we know, only Jesus could walk on water, although St. Peter did for a little while, until he put negative thoughts into his own head, quite understandably. Consequently, let me take you through 3 images from the actual true story of Jesus walking on water at night time, as the apostles' boat is tossed around and they start to panic. First image, it is night time, dark. So we may ask, as we contemplate the darkness on the Sea of Galilee, what keeps us in the dark and prevents you or me from truly living a fully fulfilling life? What keeps us in the dark? Second image, tossed by the waves, beaten by the waves. So what tosses us about and destabilises us, as it seems our vulnerable spots can allow the darker side to get the upper hand. We run away instead of confront. We just allow those disturbing inner voices to get the better of us. Third image, panic. The apostles panic. They're shaken and lose perspective. We too lose sight of God. We too lose sight of the bigger picture and allow ourselves to be overwhelmed by the stresses, chaos and pressure of life. Some of us might even have thought that St. Peter lacked courage, though when he was confronted by the wind and the waves, was he not the only apostle to dare get out of the boat and walk towards Jesus, as Jesus encouraged him to do so? You can do it. Was not he not the only one who walked on water for a while? Yet, there is an art to being a Christian, to take not only the first steps, but keep on taking somewhat patient, courageous steps on the sea of life. As Jesus kept his focus on the Father, refused to panic or even hate his enemies, or get swallowed up by the prophets of doom and gloom of his time, so we too practice the art of walking on water, being a Christian, of that walking on water by keeping our eyes on Jesus when we are tempted to get swallowed up with the darkness and life's turbulent seas. For it is only Jesus who can ultimately save us, as we all, with the help of Jesus, can walk on water, so to speak. Over and out again from Father Greg online.